thinking, if they're not able to use it in juvenile detention centers, how are they able to be used in schools? After ending random searches, we started campaigning again. And during our campaign, one of them was listed that we were going to eliminate the use of pepper spray on campus. And during that, Dorsey also had an incident in which there was a fight. And as they were splitting up into little groups, a policeman began to pepper spray the whole area. In doing so, he pepper sprayed himself. He pepper sprayed students that were trying to go to class. He pepper sprayed supervisors, administrators that were surrounding the area, also trying to break up the fight. And I recall a friend of mine coming into class just crying and bawling her eyes out, and we're all wondering what's wrong because we hear this ruckus outside. She's like, Mace, Mace, and I'm just like, okay. And she goes outside for a few seconds, rests her eyes. I don't know how she did it. The whole incident was extremely traumatizing. A day after, like, some kids didn't come to school, some kids were crying. They're kids. We're all children. And like, most of the people involved in the fight were people that I knew, people that I've known since like middle school, people we've grown up with, and it was just so traumatizing to see.
Because all we want to do is learn, and we can't learn if we feel safe. If we don't feel safe, and if we're scared to trust our teachers, the police, and everybody that's supposed to be protecting us and watching over us while we're on campus, doing the best we can to be wonderful students.
Students Deserve is a student-led organization which focuses on making Black Lives Matter in school, and through that we utilize the Invest Divest model. So that is investing in Black, Brown, and Muslim students' education, mental health support, and through community schools, and divesting from policing them.
You're not the past, you're not the future, you're the present, you're the right now. And we have to hear from you so that we can learn, we can grow together to really start this movement.
The random searches disproportionately affect Black, Brown, and Muslim youth. They only happen in 4% of the schools in all the United States. And so that means that a lot of other schools are finding better ways to keep their students safe, but this is directly affecting Black, Brown, and Muslim youth and people in low-income communities. And we believe in taking out the harm, taking out systems that harm us and replacing them with better things. And so to do that, we started doing all this. So we knew the strike was happening, so we were just waiting, and then it happened, and everything went boom! Like, it was so amazing. 7 days out in the rain, that was crazy. UTLA brought on the demand to end random searches in their contract campaign. That really meant a lot to us. We won our contract, and then we got a pilot program out of that. 28 schools in total that were going to be exempt from random searches, but we're abolitionists, and we didn't think 28 schools out of the many in LUSC, all the middle school and high schools that get affected by this, isn't enough. So we kept working throughout the rest of that school year, and then throughout the summer, and then on June 18th, we ended random searches.
We're still glad that we're ending the random searches on July 1st, 2020. But still, as an LUSD student, we still face criminalization at our school. And so one way we face criminalization is the use of pepper spray. And one story at LA High was just recently 2 kids was fighting, and the school police was in the perimeter of a fight, and he waited till after the fight to where the kid was knocked out unconscious on the floor and used pepper spray on him and the surrounding kids around him. Pepper spray is found in chili peppers. It can irritate your eyes, make it bloodshot, and close immediately for a whole hour. It's illegal to use pepper spray in juvenile halls, but it's legal to use it in public schools.
Really?
Yes. At Fremont, 17 kids was treated at the hospital for the use of pepper spray. And over 30 police officers was at Fremont at a fight where they used pepper spray. And so our big main problem is the use of pepper spray at LAUSD schools.
In February, the county banned use of pepper spray in juvenile detention centers and facilities. Yet the school board still allows school police to use pepper spray on students like me and you. And what we want to do is make it possible for us to go to school and feel safe, to make us not have to be worried about being attacked in class by school police over something we may not even be involved in. So the relevance of these codes is that they support
Amir Casimir. And I just wanted to talk about some of the statistics that are up here, where it shows the proportions of students that have been arrested. So as we can see, that it's majority Latinx and Black folks. So, and if we look at these statistics, right, we notice that white and other races, their arrest rate are far lower than their population rate. And in the case of Latinx and Black folks, they're far closer to their population rate. And in the case of Black folks particularly, there's 3 times as many arrests as the population. This is disproportionate, right? And this means that there's something wrong in our policing. I wanted to note, first of all, that 1 in 4 of all the students that are arrested at LAPD are middle school or lower. So it's not even just that they're taking all these arrests from like high school seniors. Every 1 in 4 students that you see put in the back of police cars, like one of them is gonna be younger than 12. One of them is gonna not have any facial hair yet. And so you gotta really think about what are the qualifications for somebody that needs to be arrested. How do they decide who's dangerous enough to be arrested, right? And then that's the last thing I wanted to notice was the zip codes that are in the highest arrests. So these are the top 5 arrests for LAPD or for LA School Police. And as you can tell, almost all of these are in South Central. Here we go. Actually, I see Mine School over here too. And this is just because these are South Central communities, these are communities of color, and they're obviously marginalized, right? And so I just wanted to keep that in mind.
And listening, because this is like real. This is what's happening in schools. So with that being said, I want to welcome up some wonderful, powerful students who will be on our panel today. Can you tell us about what led up and what happened during the Fremont pepper spray incident?
When the police arrived, pepper spraying kids, it was kind of scary for me because I was just walking back from tutoring during lunch and I was just going to 4th period. But when I come outside and I find all these kids gathering together and just seeing them, it's like, what's going on? And then that's where I see over 30 police officers coming in geared. There was SWAT. And there's kids on the floor crying. There's kids on the floor pouring milk into each other's eyes. And I'm like, what's going on? And then there's police officers pepper spraying the kids. Here in the letter, it states that no one was hurt. When I was there. I saw people getting hurt and it honestly hurt me.
What are your experiences with police in South Central? How have your experiences in South Central been different than elsewhere?
So, I would just like to start out by saying, I'm from Louisiana, so right there, my experiences came in when I noticed that there were more police officers on campus out here than there are in Louisiana. So on my campus, there are at least 2 to 3 police officers on campus, and back in Louisiana, there's only 1 officer. Here in South, I don't know if it's happening all over South Central, but in my school, teachers are dropping like flies, yet we still got these police officers sitting up in here doing what? But we can't even afford teachers? Okay.
How do you feel? How does the Latinx community feel about the effects of policing, particularly as it relates to the fears around immigration status and ICE at schools?
Well, it's scary. As a child of 2 undocumented parents, like seeing any police officer, sometimes I'll mistake them for ICE and I'll get tense. My parents will get tense. I'll get scared that my parents will be taken away. So it's scary.
I just want to start by saying fights are always bound to happen. Like, you're dealing with estrogen and testosterone and all these other hormones, so fights are inevitable. So honestly, schools should already be prepared for it, and arrest should not be the consequence. Criminalization should not be the consequence at all. That's a solution that we need to take into consideration, like the importance of representation from our own communities, not police officers in plain clothes or Black police officers. We need people from our community, people who grew up in South Central, people who went to Dorsey or Fremont or LA High. We need people like that. And so that's a better alternative instead of using pepper spray.
This work. So when I look at this question number 2, I'm like, you know, the fact of the matter is they're keeping the money away from the schools that need it the most in terms of getting those class sizes down, because I should not have any class size above 25, right? You know, so the fact of the matter is my question is, how are we gonna, you know, the kids are gonna be kids no matter, but definitely class sizes, I've noticed that is where most of the fights and conflicts start to happen.
Important for those who are not in our communities to understand that we are all suffering from some form of PTSD, and we need to support our students, and we need to make sure that we are not only removing pepper spray, but we are disarming them, because no one needs a gun on their campus.
You don't need permission to organize. You don't need nobody to tell you to do it. You can do it yourself. You don't need to ask nobody. So you don't need permission, so just do it.
Solution would be actually starting a Students Deserve chapter at your school.
That's right.
So, joining the Students Deserve, creating a chapter at your high school, it'll be effective.
It is our duty to fight for freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for freedom!
It is our duty to fight for freedom!